Hi guys, it's Julie. Welcome back to my wonderful BC life. I'm back today with a shopping haul video. I have some Walmart, some Costco, some Dollar Tree, Dollarama, and one item from HomeSense, and a little bit of information that I was going to share as well today. Now, the first thing I was going to do was I was going to talk about something. Missy has been doing a lot of her baking videos, and I commented on one of her videos that I had not a major screw up when I was baking something, but let's just say it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And I thought I would explain that. Anyway, here's what happened. I wanted to make a banana bread, and I wanted it to be the best banana bread ever. That's what I wanted. Really moist, really nice. And for years, when we lived in Brantford, there was a store called Vickerman's, a grocery store. And Vickerman's had the best banana bread I've ever eaten anywhere. And I wanted to recreate their banana bread. It was always moist, and it seemed like it had some sort of a nice glaze on the top that I always enjoyed. I thought that really made it taste even better. So here I go on a search through the internet, trying to find a recipe for a really nice moist banana bread. I'm searching and searching. I finally come up with one that I think might do, that didn't have a lot of, I didn't want one with ingredients that I didn't have on hand. I wanted to go with what I had. But anyways, I find one, I decide to make it. And then when I made it, I thought, okay, it looks really like it came out looking perfect. And I've never seen a better looking loaf of banana bread anywhere. It looked fantastic. But then when we went to eat it, it was on the dry side. And I'm like, well, that isn't the way it was supposed to be. I wanted it moist, and here it is actually a little on the dry side. So I wasn't happy about that at all. And what I think happened was, when it came to the bananas themselves, the recipe called for not X number of bananas, but X number of cups of banana. And to be honest, I'm not sure how many cups of banana I had. I had 3 bananas. One was a decent sized banana, and 2 were actually on the smaller side, I would say. And I used all 3. 2 of them were very ripe, and one of them wasn't ripe enough, but I tossed it in the microwave to get it sort of softened up, thinking that that would help. But anyway, I think that was the problem. I don't think I had enough banana in there. And Dave had eaten 2 of my bananas that I did have. I had 5 bananas the day before. He ate 2 of them. So I would have had more banana had Dave not eaten 2. If he would only eaten 1, maybe it would have been okay. But anyway, that's what happened. Was my banana bread that I wanted to be so nice and moist turned out to be dry. Like you almost had to have a glass of milk there to wash it down quickly, because it was dry. I was so disappointed. I'm determined I'm going to make another one sometime soon, and I'm going to make sure that that does not happen again. I will put extra banana in if I have to. And then the funny thing was, the other day I had one of these cake mixes kicking around in the cupboard that I had bought a while ago from one of the dollar stores, and it was the cherry chip. So I thought, okay, I'll make the cake mix up, and I could have cheated and just used one of those things of frosting that you get at the dollar store. But I thought, no, I'm going to make homemade frosting this time. And at first I got muddled up in my recipe book, because I was sure I must have looked at the wrong recipe that was on the page, because it was a bunch of recipes on that page. And I must have looked at the wrong one at one point, where it said that I was only making enough for a single cake and that I would have to double it. So I'm like, oh, so I have to make twice as much as this. So then I put in extra butter, and then I'm like, I've already creamed the butter and everything. And then I look at my recipe again, and it's like, wait a minute, this says that it's enough for 2. But I've already put double the butter. And I'm like, oh no. I can just hear Missy laughing right now. I'm sure these things never happen to her. But anyway, so here I am. I've now got too much butter in there. So the only way to correct that is to double the whole thing now and put double the amount of icing sugar in and everything else. So the recipe I was making was supposed to be for a strawberry frosting, and because it was cherry chip, I wanted cherries instead of strawberries. So I, warmed those up in the microwave, got them nice and soft, and tossed them in. And then I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, well, it might be good with extra cherries in it. There was my number two mistake. The first one being, what I just explained a moment ago. But now I put more cherries in it. And at this point now, I've over whipped that frosting. It no longer has the consistency that it's supposed to. It has this over fluffed type consistency, and I think there was too much moisture in it because I put too many cherries in it. It tasted good, but it was not the right consistency. And at one point Dave says to me, he says, your frosting is sort of running down the side of the cake. Oh my gosh. Baking is obviously not my thing. I enjoy doing it, but obviously I'm not the world's greatest baker. But I'm going to keep working on that. I'm going to keep on trying making things the odd time. But we don't bake a lot in this house, just for the simple reason that there's only two of us. So whatever I bake, only two of us are eating it. And as we all know, my weight could stand to be lower. Let's put it that way. So eating a lot of baked goods is not to my benefit. But anyway, I will do better next time. I'm sure of it. And I have a plan, which I will be explaining when I do my Dollarama items, as to something I'm doing that might help. So anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the laundry sheets that I bought at Dollarama. I know a couple of you had wanted to know if I liked them, how they worked out. And I've only used them one time because Dave did the laundry the other times and he just grabbed the Tide Pods that I still had sitting on the counter. But I'm not totally sure yet what my opinion is because I only used them the one time. But what I think I noticed that may have been different was I thought maybe my towels weren't as soft, but I don't put fabric softener in. When I use my Tide Pods, they have fabric softener in them already, and when I used that sheet, I didn't put fabric softener in it. So I think that's why, to me, I thought that, the towels might not feel quite as soft as they normally do. So I think that would be why. But other than that, they work great. They had a nice mild scent. So, I do recommend them, but you might have to find some sort of a made in Canada, or at least not made in the USA fabric softener to go with them, which most people probably put in anyway. So then, my other story before I get into the haul. One more story. I promise I'll try and make it quick. But anyway, you may or may not have heard that we had an earthquake this past week. I'm sitting at home by myself. I'm in my favorite chair over there by the window. And I thought I felt something, and my first thoughts were that it was Marty downstairs going in his door, because his door is more or less below my chair. So if he goes in and out and he slams the door a little too hard, the house does sort of vibrate. So I'm thinking it's that. And then I'm starting to think, I don't think the shaking is stopping. It's still doing it. The vibrating is still there. And it wasn't very prominent at first. And then all of a sudden there was this one, I'm going to call it a jolt. There was like a harder jolt. And then I'm like, okay, that wasn't normal. That had to have been an earthquake. So I run over, I get on the phone to Dave. I said, I'm all excited. I can barely even speak. And I'm like, did you notice anything strange just now? And he's like, what are you talking about? He didn't notice anything. And then I sort of explain what I'm talking about, what I think happened. And then he called over to one or two of the other guys that were there, and they said, we didn't notice anything. And so basically, I hung up with him and the other guys thinking I'm crazy. So then after I get off the phone with him, he starts hearing from people inside the building. And the people who were inside the building, they felt it. And they're all like, did you notice the earthquake? They said things in here were moving and stuff like that. And then there, at this point, now the guys believe me because the other people in the dealership noticed. So anyway, that was quite interesting that it happened like that. You know, nothing was damaged here as far as I know, and I don't know of anybody being hurt. But, you know, that is a smaller earthquake compared to what we could have here. We could have much larger than that. You know, they say, you know, a 9.5 or something is possible, and it'll be a whole other ball game if that comes, which they say it will someday. I just don't know when. But anyway, it was a weird earthquake because usually our earthquakes, for the most part, are over west of the island, often to the northwest of the island. Most of them are. This one here was actually to the east, over near Seashelt, past Seashelt, and sort of between Seashelt and Squamish, I'd say. And it was underground, not underwater. Usually they're like underwater is where they usually happen over there. But this one, no, it was just in a spot where there was no water. And they say it was fairly shallow, which is one of the reasons why it was so strong. But my daughter-in-law and my grandpuppy up in Whistler, they both felt it too. So you could tell that it was felt up in that direction as well. But anyway, that was interesting and definitely something new for me. So anyway, enough about that. Now, the first thing I'm going to mention, as far as, this isn't really, well, sort of a haul item, is at Costco, I buy the shampoo and conditioner, the Kirkland brand. Now, I realize what works for one person's hair doesn't work for another, but I find these work really well with mine. And I'm not sure if it was $12.99 or whether it was $13 something, but you got the 2 big bottles of the conditioner, and they have the shampoo as well, which is always in a red bottle. And like I say, I got these, and these are made in Canada with domestic and imported components, it says. So obviously, you know, when things are made, they're often made with things that come from somewhere else, but it is made in Canada, so that's good to know. And I noticed that they made a change since I had last bought it. This part here at the top, where it holds the 2 bottles together, is cardboard now rather than plastic. So they're trying to cut back on the plastic. And another thing they changed is now you've got this bottle has the pump on it, and then this one has, you know, the little thing that you just hit the little button and some would come out. Personally, for me, what I do is I never use the pump because it takes way too long to get the amount of conditioner I want, because this is a thick conditioner. But I take this lid off. I always use one of these lids, and I take the lid right off and I just pour some conditioner onto my hand, and I get it out much quicker that way. But like I say, I really like this brand. It has a nice scent, and it is made in Canada. So that was good. And then I got at Walmart some of the Great Value sandwich pickles. They're a bread and butter pickle, 500 milliliter jar for $3.27. And these are made in India. Now, I noticed that I think it was Bix pickles and that, they're all made in the States. So India it is. We got our pickles from India. And the only other thing I got at Walmart, and this is a cute thing, was this whisk for, what did I pay for my whisk? $2.97, and it is made in China. Unfortunately, a lot of things along these lines tend to be. But look at the cute little whisk. It's got the little wooden handle, and then it's got the little 2 different colors on here. 2 colors or 3? I think it's, oh no, it's at least 3 different colors. Purple, pink, and green, I think. And then it's got the little bunny in the center. So I thought that was cute, and I got that. So then I got stuff from Dollar Tree. and I got to get myself organized here. The first thing I got was some of their Huggies Natural Care Wipes, 56 in the package. I got those, and those were, I think, made in the UK, going by what it said on here, and those were $1.50. Then I got some of these Quaker Oats, the peaches and cream, 1 box of those. And those were $3. And they did say made in Canada on the box, so that was good, I guess. And then I got the Ben's Original Bistro Express. I had not seen this in my Dollar Tree before. It's the family size pack, and it's the jasmine coconut flavor. You pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and that's what that looks like. So I got that, and it just said imported. It didn't say imported from where, so I don't know if it would be from the States or where it was imported from, but it was $3 for that. But like I say, that's the family size package. And then I got 1 can of the Green Giant Summer Sweet Peas, 398 milliliter or 14 fluid ounce, and these were $2. And they say right on them, grown and packed in Canada. So I got that. And then I got 1 can of the Green Giant Niblets Corn, 341 milliliter or 12 fluid ounce for $2. And that also says grown and packed in Canada. So I got that. And then I saw these little flocked bunnies, and I decided to grab one. I'm pretty sure I have at least one already, but I saw this color and thought it was kind of cute. Sort of a blue colored flocked bunny, and he's made in China, and he's $1.75 at Dollar Tree. So I got that, and then I wasn't going to buy these, even though I kind of liked them. But then when I was there with Dave the one day, he walked by them and he says, oh, those are kind of nice. So the next time I was in there, I thought, well, Dave said he liked them. So I decided to buy them. And that's these cloth carrots. I thought they were kind of cute. They had different designs. This was just 2 of the different ones that they had. And those, of course, are made in China. And those were $1.50 a piece. So I got those. And then I found some leftover Valentine's stuff, and I thought this was kind of cute. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that off of there. There's a little bit of glue on the one heart that probably should come off of there, or maybe I'll just cover it over with some red paint and then nobody will notice. But it's a hearts and hugs sign, made in China, of course. That type of thing generally is. And it was only 88 cents, so I got that from Dollar Tree. And then I got this sign, Easter Bunny, stop here. I thought it was kind of cute. That's what it looks like. And that was $1.75, and of course it's made in China too. I really wish everything wasn't made in China, but it's just the way it is. And the funny thing is, years ago, a lot of things tended to be made in Japan. And then somewhere along the line, things changed, and now I don't hardly ever see anything made in Japan anymore here. I don't know why that is, but now everything's made in China. So then I got a little Easter towel. Of course, this is in my way here. Between the one side and the other, you got the one part in the way on the one side and the other. And anyway, Happy Easter, and it has some little Easter bunnies and a little Easter basket and some butterflies and stuff. So I thought that was cute, and that was $1.75, made in China. And then these guys, I know. Julie's got way too many gnomes. It's their fault. If they'd stop coming out with different ones, then I wouldn't have to buy them anymore. I try not to. But anyway, they came out with more, and I was good. I didn't buy all of them. I only bought 2. I could have bought one of each of them, which I've been known to do, but I only bought 2 this time. And this one is this guy here. He's got sort of like a rainbow beard going on, and his Happy Easter sign in the shape of an Easter egg on his hat. And he was $1.75, made in China, of course. And then this is his little girlfriend. She's got her little pigtails, also with the rainbow colors in them, and her sparkly hat with her bunny ears. So I got those 2, both $1.75, and made in China. Now, the last thing I got from Dollar Tree is actually kind of neat. At least I thought it was neat. I saw somebody show them online. Trying to think of who it was. Was it Pooja? Did Pooja show them? Somebody showed them. Anyway, I saw them and I thought, oh, those are neat. I'm going to keep an eye out for those. Well, when I went to Dollar Tree yesterday, I wasn't even thinking about them. I'd sort of forgotten. And I tend to, like Dave, his attitude when you're going into the dollar stores or whatever is just to go down the aisle you think you're looking for something in. I don't think that way. I'll go up and down every aisle, regardless of whether I think there's likely to be something there that I'm interested in or not. But sure enough, I went down the one aisle and I found these, and as soon as I saw them, I'm like, I've got to get those. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them yet, because I've still got some knobs that I got at Dollarama, some really nice glass knobs. So I don't know what I'm doing with these ones yet, but don't worry, I'll find a spot for them. But I'm kind of waiting until we get moved. I just, for some reason in my mind, I want to make things special when I get moved, whenever the heck that is, because we still haven't bought anything. But I figure I'll save things until then, and that'll make it extra special for me. Anyway, here is the knobs that I got. There was other colors and other styles too. I know some of them were blue. Anyway, look at this glass knob. And it even said they were glass. It didn't say plastic. It said glass. I thought those were so pretty. I just had to get them. $1.75 a piece. You would never get anything even remotely like this if you went to the hardware stores or any place like that. You know, you went into Home Depot or something, you'd never find beautiful knobs like this for $1.75 a piece. You'd pay way more than that. So I just had to get them. Like I say, just gorgeous. And those ones there actually said they were made in India. They were not made in China, they were made in India. So that was a bit of a switch. So anyway, I got those, and that's my Dollar Tree portion of the haul. Okay, now I'm back with my Dollarama items and my one item from HomeSense. I will do my item from HomeSense first, I guess. I just happened to go in there, you know how it is. If you know the situation here in Nanaimo, you've got the one Dollar Tree in the one plaza. If you cross over the street, there's another plaza there, and you've got your HomeSense Winners Combo store, and you've got your Dollarama. So I tend to park over at Dollar Tree's plaza, and rather than move the car over, I just walk over all the time. So as I'm walking from Dollar Tree to Dollarama, I'm walking right past HomeSense, and of course I sometimes, more often than not probably, end up trotting in there and seeing what's there. So I was actually kind of searching for a Easter soap dispenser, like a bunny or something. And I know that I've seen people post that Dollarama's got them, but I have not seen those in our stores yet, so I don't know if they're coming here or not. But while I was searching around, I saw some reduced, you know, they have the end caps there where they have the reduced items. And I saw this and I thought, now that's kind of cute. And I didn't mind paying $5 for it. It was regular $9.99 on half price for $5. And it's the It's supposed to be a Valentine's soap dispenser, but it's not a heart. It looks to me more like a butterfly. That's what I would say that it is, a butterfly or a bow. Actually, it's probably a bow. Anyway, to me, I don't see why I couldn't use that all year round if I want to. As far as I'm concerned, you could. And then on the back of it, it's got another little bow. We'll say it's a bow. I don't see a head, so it's got to be a bow. Anyway, there's another little bow on the back, and you've got your spot there where you can put your little sponge in there. So I thought that was really cute for $5, so I picked that up. And that was made in, well, it was made in China, but designed in Australia. So anyway, that was kind of a different one. So then at Dollarama, this is a repurchase. I picked up a can, well, 2 cans of the Puritan beef stew, and it's 410 grams. And that's what that looks like. And that was $2.50, and it did say made in Canada on that. So I got 2 of those. And then, slave for punishment that I am, I bought more icing sugar. I fear if I decide to try and make another one, well, hopefully I will only make the proper size batch this time. But anyway, I grabbed some icing sugar in case I decided to. And this is the brand here that Dollarama sells. And that is a 900 gram package. And that was made in Thailand and $2.50. So then I noticed, I was looking at the dish soap aisle. And of course, you're trying to find something that's not made in the US, which that type of thing tends to be a hard thing to find. I know I've seen some people mentioning some different brands that you can order and stuff that are made in Canada, but you know, they certainly don't sell it at Dollarama. So this was actually made in Belgium. It was $3 a bottle, and it's a 450 milliliter bottle, or 15.21 fluid ounce. And it's Ecover, I guess that's how you'd say it, dish soap, since 1979 it says, grapefruit and green tea, tough on grease, plant-based, and mineral ingredients, safe for sensitive skin. I'm having a hard time reading that small print again. Darn it. I need new glasses, I think. Anyway, that's what that looked like. And like I say, it wasn't US made. It still wasn't Canada made, but it wasn't US made. And it sounds like it's a good brand to get. Not a lot of harmful things in that one. So I got that. And then I was looking at the sweetener section of Dollarama. And they had 2 brands there. They had this one here, which is the Sugar Twin. You're getting 40 packets. Looks like so. And that was $1.50. And I was surprised that it actually said, it made it sound like it was made in Canada. The other brand they had there was the Stevia. That was US. So I left it sitting there on the shelf. To heck with that. So then I needed some gravy, the French's hot chicken gravy. And this, like I said before, this is the one that actually makes 3 cups of gravy, not just 1 cup. And that was 75 cents. And of course it's 2 for $1.50 or 75, which is basically the same thing. And this one is made close to my old home, and it's where Sonia lives, and that's in London, Ontario. So there you go, something from my old neck of the woods there. At least that's what it says on the package anyway. So I was kind of excited about that. And then this one here, I've bought these before. I think I bought them last year or the year before. And they're the Occasions brand hair scrunchies. 2 pieces for $1.75, and they're nice, fuzzy. They almost feel like real rabbit fur, but I'm sure they're not. I wouldn't want them to be. I would prefer that they be fake, whatever they are. But anyway, I thought they were cute, and I decided to grab 2 more of those. And those were, like I say, $1.75 and made in China. And then Dave went to sew up his pants, and he went into my sewing basket. I've had the same sewing basket, I swear, since we first got married. And at one point I had a lot of different needles, and now it seems like the needles that are the size you are most inclined to want, there's none of them in there. I remember one got broken, and I can't recall what happened to any others that I may have had. But I thought, well, I got to get some more needles. Well, I went to Dollarama, and they didn't just have needles. You had to buy these little sewing kits. So I grabbed one of those for $1.50. And this is what this one looks like. It's got a bunch of different colors of thread in there as well, which I didn't really need the thread per se, but like I say, they didn't have needles on their own. And then on the bottom of it, there's where you've got your different sizes of needles. So hopefully the size we need is in there somewhere. So anyway, I got those, and they were made in China, and like I said, $1.50. So then I got some more of the Cadbury Micro Mini Eggs, 90-gram bag. Figure I might as well get them while they got them, because we all know they won't be around forever. And I got the impression on the package that they may be imported from the UK. And these were $2.50? Yeah, $2.50. So I got those. And then the next thing goes along with all the baking stuff. I have a channel on my YouTube. Like, I have a bunch of different YouTube channels. Or not YouTube channels, Facebook pages. Different groups that I started up at one time or another for different things. Each one is a different thing. One is a lost and found pet group, which is for back in Southern Ontario, in the area where I used to live. Even though I don't live there anymore, I still maintain that page. I have a family group. Actually, I've got a couple of different family groups. One just for my immediate siblings, and one for the family as a whole, because sometimes the siblings might want to talk about something that doesn't really involve the rest of them. So I have those 2 pages, and I have my Dollarama page, which my shopping haul page, which I'm really bad about not updating. I really should update it more often. Sometimes I post things on there, and sometimes I forget. But the one page that I'm thinking of now is I had a recipe page. And at the time when I used to add recipes to it all the time, there used to be quite a bit of excitement, mostly between a few people. And one of the people that was always excited about my recipes was my sister Colleen, who we lost to cancer last year, 2022, I believe it was, or 2023. I think it was 2023. It wasn't as far back as 2022, I don't think. Anyway, we lost Colleen, so I don't have her to comment anymore. And, well, I have another sister who's, I still love my sister deeply, I truly do, but we're on the outs. I won't go into why, but anyway, we're on the outs, so she's not going to comment on my recipes anymore. So I just thought, well, I might as well take that page down, do away with it. But then I thought, I've got all these recipes on there that I like, that, a lot, well, to be honest, I haven't even tried them, but I've always thought these were ones that I might like to try to make. So what I'm doing now is I'm going through my page, and I'm picking out which recipes that I think I might actually make at some point, and I'm printing them out. Well, if you're going to print them out, you want to put them in a book. So what I did was I got a little binder. And here's the one I chose. It's got a cute puppy dog on it and some hearts, and it says woof. I wanted one actually that had, I thought maybe they'd have a binder that said recipes on it. And I didn't see anything like that at all at the dollar stores. The closest I got was the one that had gummy bears, which was at least a food item, but I don't know. The puppy won me over. So what I'm doing now, I got this for $3, and I'm pretty sure it was probably China. Yes, it is. And what I'm doing now, as you can see, is I'm printing out whatever recipes that I happen to see that I think maybe there's the slightest chance. You know, look at this one here. Anyway, I thought, well, I'm going to do that. I'm putting them in my binder, and now I will know where my recipes are, and then I won't have screw-ups where I'm looking at a page that has like maybe 8 different recipes on it, and I'm accidentally reading one at one point, like what happened with my frosting mix, where I ended up screwing it up because I was watching one page, the one recipe at one point, and at some point my eye must have went to a different one and I didn't know it. This way here, I will only have one page up at a time, so there can be no more screw-ups. Hopefully not, anyway. If I screw up, it'll be in another way. So anyway, there was that. And then the next item, I'm kind of disappointed in myself for buying it because I didn't catch the one thing that it said. I noticed that they had a new brand of puzzle books in the book section. And when I first looked at it, I saw that it was made in China. But what I did not see was that it was made in China for a company in Tennessee. If you read more carefully, you saw that it was designed in Tennessee or some such thing, and then made in China. But anyway, it's too late now. I've already bought it. But this is, like I say, they've got a whole series of different puzzle books there, and it's the Mr. Big Head's puzzles. This one's the variety puzzle book that I got. And they had some that were just crosswords, some of them were word finds, some of them were Sudoku. They had the different types. That if you wanted just a specific type, you could just get one type. But I went with the variety one. But like I say, if I would have seen on it that it was, connected to the USA, I probably would not have bought it. But by the time I looked more closely, I already had it at home. And we all know they don't allow you to return things at Dollarama. Not very often anyway, unless there's a legitimate reason why. So then I got some more of the Island Bites. Those lovely milk chocolate coated coconut bars that they have at Dollarama. And those were $2 and made in Turkey. So I got some of them. And then there's a reason why I bought this next item. One of the things I've been having a hard time finding, and if you've been looking for it, you've probably been noticing the same thing, is that any of the Pam spray, any of those type of sprays seem to be all made in the USA. Well, I don't like that. I refuse to do it if I can find another way. So what I did was I went out and I bought some oil. Now, Dollarama had this one here. It's Maya brand, Maya Plus it says, premium multigrain cooking oil. Canola, sunflower, corn, high oleic, I'm not sure how you say that word, oleic, sunflower, and flaxseed. And it's supposed to be really good for your heart health, it says. And that looked like that. So I bought this, and that was a 1 liter bottle, and it just said imported, so I don't know where it was imported from. And Dave had the receipt for this, so I don't recall what we paid for it. But that goes along with the next item, which at least has the price on it, so I know what we paid for it. And it's the Rama Design, and it's an oil sprayer for $4. It is made in China, but this is what that looks like. So I can put my oil in here, and then I should be able to spray it on my pans, and that way I can just refill whenever it gets low, and I don't have to buy the stuff that's made in the US. So that was solving one of the problems that I was having, because it didn't even matter. I went to the Real Canadian Superstore and I looked at the No Name brand and the President's Choice brand, and I just was not finding any that was, not made in the US. I have seen people, what was it, an avocado spray, I think. I think somebody does have an avocado spray that's made in Canada, but I don't know which stores carry it. But anyway, I solved that problem anyway. So then, you know, I have my little boy and girl outfits there in my laundry room. And I was pretty sure that I didn't have an Easter shirt for the little boy. At least I don't think I do. So I saw one and I decided to pick it up. I thought this would be cute. The little bunny in the pickup truck with his carrots. And that was $4. And needless to say, no, it's not China. It's Bangladesh. I was just going to assume it was China, but it wasn't that time. It was actually Bangladesh. So there you go. And like I say, $4 for that. And then my cupboard over here, I have various pasta noodles, spaghetti noodles, and stuff like that. And sometimes I find it kind of annoying because they take up more space than what I think they should because they're laying flat. So I decided to grab a jar, and I saw these ones. I thought they were kind of cute. And it was $3, made in China. And that's what that looks like. So I can put some pasta noodles in there, either like, you know, penne noodles or whatever I happen to have on hand. Or I could even put spaghetti noodles. They had ones that were specifically for spaghetti that were a bit taller. But knowing me, I don't like my spaghetti really long anyway. I just as soon cut it all up into little bits, to be honest, or at least somewhat smaller. You know, I don't mind them being a few inches long, but I don't like it when it's like the, you know, how long is a spaghetti noodle, 10 inches or whatever. So I can just snap them in half and put them in here too. So we'll decide at some point which way I go with it, but either way it's going to help organize that closet a bit better. So then I got some cute little chickies or duckies. I don't know whether they're supposed to be ducks or chicks. $2, made in China. And they had this little guy. That's what his hair looks like. And they've got sparkles on their little Easter baskets. And then I got his little buddy, also $2 and made in China. And this guy's got an Easter egg. And that's what he looks like. He's got like a comb of a hair style up there and like his little Easter egg with sparkles on it. So I got those two. And I was trying to get the exact same two that Missy got. I saw them at one point. That's the silly thing. I saw them when I was with Dave. The one day when I was in Dollarama with Dave, I did see both. And at the time, I didn't know whether I was going to buy them or not. And Dave was with me, so I didn't talk myself into it. I just went on my way, and then I came back a couple of days later when I was out and about. And I wasn't able to find the one that I think it had like a towel on its head and like a bathrobe on or something and a coffee cup in its hand. I wasn't able to find that one. But I did find the little chef ducky. Not that I'm much of a chef as we have established. But nonetheless, he's cute for the kitchen. So I got the little chef ducky with his little spoon there. And he's got his little chef outfit on. And he was made in China. And he was $1.50. Cheaper than the other ones that they usually have in the seasonal aisle. They're all $2.50. So my last item is something that I've already bought one of these, but the other one that I got was a different pattern on it. And even though I don't have a puppy of my own, and I really wish that I did, I do have my grandpuppy who lives up in Whistler. And I saw this and it reminded me of her, and I thought I would get it. And it's the Jasmine hand towels, the package of 2, 15 by 25 inches for $5. And these are made in China, of course. And there is the picture on this. It looks so cute. The little doggy with the hearts on it. And it kind of even looks like Toot, sort of. It sort of does from the back end. And then on the other towel, you've got the little doggy prints. So I thought that was adorable. And I'll put that down in the guest bathroom in case they come to visit. They'll see them and they'll know that it's meant for them. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed my video today. And if you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and become a member of my YouTube family. And also, if you haven't already hit the notification bell, be sure to hit that so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you're all healthy and happy, and I hope Ontario's finally starting to thaw out, because they've been having a nasty winter over there. So anyway, until next time, I love you all, and bye-bye.
Bonus here, AJ.
Yeah.
You guys see the CO through the East Coast.
Just